Hello, everyone, and welcome to 218 Time, a podcast by two guys with an approximate knowledge of many things. I'm Feats,
And I'm Tommy.
and as always, we are here to chat about the world.
We've got a kind of a doozy of a topic today.
We do. We don't need to beat around the bush here. We brought this up a couple weeks ago.
It might have even been our first episode.
I think it was our first episode, because we talked about this man's music then.
Yes, we did.
There's a certain famous YouTuber out there. I would say he's famous. You know?
Yeah, I mean, he has over 200,000 subscribers, but he has over 30 million views, which
Yes.
is nothing to scoff at.
No, for a couple iconic videos.
Yes, he has 30 videos. 31 if you count his album, but we don't.
No, that's a separate world altogether.
Yeah.
This man, or person, if you will, a certain PilotRedSun.
Yes.
We are, I would say, connoisseurs of his work now.
Of Mr. PilotRedSun, yeah.
We're a big fan of a couple of his videos. We won't say which yet, but we decided, we were like, hey, why don't we sit down and try and rank these bad layers? Because I don't know about you, but I'd only seen like a couple of them.
I'd only seen, honestly, like the most recent, like 3, and then the very famous one from a few years ago. 7 years ago to be exact, but which I'm sure many people know because it's his most popular video, literally having a third of his views.
So, I suppose, should we jump right in with our first video here?
Yeah, let's start at the very bottom.
So I believe the first video was titled "What's for Dinner?"
It is What's for Dinner.
Now, I'm trying to remember this one. I just watched these this morning.
It's the one where the guy just kind of walks up. It's very
the chef.
Yeah.
I will say, we recommend watching these videos ahead of time because they're very hard to explain. They're short. You can watch them all in like probably an hour.
Not even.
Yeah.
We'll try to explain them as best as we can.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, it can be a little bit tough, but basically, like for a podcast especially, but basically, What's for Dinner is just this dude walking up to a chef saying, "What's for dinner?" And then he just lists off a couple of like I can't remember if they were really bland or really weird.
I think it was slime and slop, I think.
Might have been, yeah. And then it just says something about like the food system in the dining hall food system or something like that.
It was, I mean, the note that I took was, I think it shows its age a little bit.
Yeah.
It's very much a kind of entry work into the field of cursed YouTube videos.
Yes. I will say it's probably arguably the most forgettable on the channel.
Potentially. I don't know. I think I like it more than some other ones. But
No, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying it's just mediocre enough where I just kind of like
I see. Yeah. I mean, I will be honest. I did forget what it was for a hot second. So.
Exactly. So I'm thinking like, oh, we do have a what's it called? We do have a tier list we're making. There's 30 videos, so we're gonna put 5 on 6 levels, S through S. It's gonna go S, A, B, C, D, F. I have it on pen and paper right here. We'll probably post a copy of some sort of it on our Twitter.
Yeah, we'll draft up some more formal version.
We'll drop it probably the day of this gets dropped, so you'll probably be able to see it.
Yeah, stay tuned to our Twitter, to a Teen Time Pod. So, on our tier list,
Yep.
I feel like Forgettable doesn't belong in the bottom, but...
Well, the way I see it is Forgettable's either C or D, and there's no in between.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Yes.
What I think I'll do is I'll kind of like... I'll put it in like a C/D little category on the bottom for now, and we'll decide where it goes after, because I feel like we can't decide right now.
That's fair. I will say, one thing I did like, the sound design was typical PilotRedSun quality. Beautifully cursed. Yeah. It was great.
Oh, yeah. So I'm going to put it under like a C/D little thing on the bottom. I will say I did put... I wrote out the actual tier list in pen, and I put a certain title on the top of S in pen, and now I'm writing in pencil, but I wrote that one in pen because I know we will not move it from where it is.
Yes, we know exactly what that will be, but
we will
stay
get
tuned.
There. Okay, so yeah, that one we'll come back to it later.
Yeah, that's a good area for now. We'll stick with that. His second video was Quap animated movie, I believe.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be honest. one of my least favorites.
Really, I thought it was very classic PilotRedSun in a very weird way, but I agree that it's not great.
It's just, I think first of all it loses points for being an adaptation. I think his original work has such charm to it that
I guess, yeah.
this isn't quite the same for me. It's not bad. It's just like compared to his typical standard,
Yeah.
I would argue it's a little less creative. However, it's got an art to it, you know?
Yeah.
I don't think it belongs super high up, but I'm willing to
D-tier it?
see it a little bit. Yeah, it can go around there. If you want to put it higher, that's fine.
It wasn't. You're right. It wasn't anything special. I'm just gonna put Quap in D tier for right now. We can erase it later.
Yeah. We are, I don't know about you, but I am a very indecisive person, so
Yes.
we are absolutely the right people to be making a tier list.
The next one is very not like him.
It was a shocker. I was not expecting it.
It's called Let's Game Pro Football, and it's like a Let's Play of a Flash game
Yeah.
of football, and he's acting like it's the Super Bowl, but like he's a very deadpan person, and it's just super weird.
It was really weird. I was really thrown for a loop. I was like,
I know
this man.
you said it wasn't super interesting. I loved it.
I do like it. I do like it. I just think his second Let's Play video is even better.
That's true. Because the thing is, he never stutters, but you can tell it's the first time playing through the game through his reactions.
Yes. Like him trying to kick the football through the field goal is like...
I'm thinking a solid B tier.
Yeah, I think I'll agree with that. It's weird, but I enjoyed it a little more than I thought I would.
Yeah.
At the end, when he had that little like outro with Rocko, my first reaction was like, man, I wish he like brought that back, and I was pleasantly surprised later, as we'll get to. But it was an interesting choice. But of course, after that,
I also actually, one sec, I will say that most of these videos are less than a minute. What's for Dinner was 22 seconds. The Quap was 18 seconds, but the Let's Game was about 3 minutes long. He has nothing longer than other than his album, but once again, we don't count that.
Right.
There's nothing longer than Let's Game at 2:55. Even Burners is shorter.
Yeah, wow.
But yes,
the 3-act epic that is Burners.
Oh no, wait, sorry. How could I have forgotten the Deadly Mission? It's 3 minutes and 5 seconds. I'm an idiot.
Well, his Let's Plays are his longest by far. It's definitely interesting.
But we can move on to a very famous video, and I'm sure at least some of you have seen it. It's called Garfielf.
Yes, if you don't know who this is or you're not sure, this is the video you would know him from, most likely. It's the classic
Garfield.
It's definitely a classic.
Yeah, I thought it was overrated for a second, and then I forgot just how truly charming it was.
I can understand saying that, maybe it's a little overrated.
Yes.
But a good PilotRedSun video, most of the lines are very quotable.
Yes.
And this video, almost all of the lines are very quotable.
Yes, and
in my opinion,
I think it's a very solid A tier.
Yeah. Okay, I can get behind that.
I'm not gonna say S tier yet. S tier is gonna be one of those fluid ones.
Okay, I could push it to S tier, but I will accept A tier absolutely. For now, at least.
I think I might put it in high. I think it would be the highest of A tier, but it's definitely an A tier for me at least.
Yeah, I mean the staging, the colors, the raw emotion and expressiveness.
Okay, so can I say what my one issue with it is?
Yes.
It doesn't feel like a PilotRedSun video.
Does it have like too much normalcy to it?
Almost. There's nothing worked about it. It's just, it almost just seems like someone was making a Garfield video and did not have the means to do so.
That's actually a really good point.
It just doesn't feel like a quintessential PilotRedSun video, other than the quotableness, of course, but that's, a very small part of it.
That's a good point, though. I think that's a very good point to keep in mind. Because that's a big thing for me was the feel. He has a very certain feel that's hard to get to sometimes. Okay, yeah, I get that.
Okay, so the next one was probably his first truly cursed one.
Yeah.
And it's called Nesquik Rabbit. It's 18 seconds long. And I'm pretty sure it's just the rabbit being like, I'm the Nesquik Rabbit.
Yeah, there's nothing cursed about the dialogue. The dialogue is pretty standard, if I remember correctly.
Well, no, he says, I'm the chocolate milk bunny. I give chocolate milk to the kids.
As somebody who has an appreciation for chocolate milk, Nesquik sucks. So,
Oh, and then it starts echoing, I give milk to the kids. I give milk to the kids.
alright, I guess that's a little cursed.
But I think it's honestly just one of his, like, most mediocre videos.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
I think it's very DF?
I would say, let's start an F.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Everything's
right.
fluid, as always, but, the next one.
Was fantastic.
Anime e-card, anime girl. That's not right. Is that right?
It's anime e-card, anime girl greeting card.
Yes,
That's what it's called. It's 24 seconds long.
Every second was gold.
Okay, so the first thing is, it's a really poorly drawn anime girl, and it's voiced by PilotRedSun, and it doesn't even sound like he's trying to do a girl voice.
No, it's just his typical, beautifully...
There's American flags in the back with fireworks, like, exploded. And one of his songs, it's called Greetings, it's on his achievement album, is playing in the background.
I recognized it because I was like, this is one of his iconic songs.
I don't know why. I loved it so much.
Well, I think just, it's got a lot of character to it. It has, like, the weird changing of holidays. It's got random interspersed pictures of Family Guy and other things. It's the fact of the title, Anime E-Card, Anime Girl Greeting Card, is also amazing. Dude, I think it's S tier.
It is. It is definitely S tier. I'm looking at a comment for it. It says, let's look at the facts. July 4th background. Wishes for Happy Easter. Has Happy New Year gift. Greetings from Bangladesh.
That was right. I forgot about that part. Oh, it's art. It's honestly...
It's so good.
A masterpiece.
It's amazing.
Oh, I'm glad you liked it as much as I did.
We immediately go from anime e-card, anime girl, greeting card, to probably PilotRedSun's worst video.
I don't know if I agree with that, but it's down there.
I'm interested to see what you think is worse than it, unless we've already passed it.
Maybe we've already passed it.
But there was no merit to True Monster Truck Gaming.
Yeah, True Monster Truck Gaming...
It's 31 seconds long, and there's no dialogue, and it's just what looks like a really glitchy game, barely working, and not in a funny way, because it's kind of slow. Nesquik Rabbit has, like, upsides to it. Even Quap has some upsides to it. True Monster Truck Gaming just doesn't.
Alright, yeah, I guess that's fair.
Bottom of F tier.
That's going into the void tier. Yeah, that's fair. I don't absolutely hate it, but I totally understand. It's lacking a lot of that PilotRedSun charm.
Here's the thing, even most of his, like, quote-unquote mediocre videos, I still kind of enjoy watching. They're a fun watch. This one was so mediocre, it wasn't even a fun watch.
Wow.
You know?
Yeah, I don't feel that against it, but I understand where you're coming from. So I'm willing to put it at that old bottom there.
Let's go.
Next, Gaming Tales, The Deadly Mission.
The Deadly Mission.
I was a big fan.
I thought it was hysterical.
I didn't even realize it was a real game at first, but it is.
Yeah, I didn't realize he was playing through it. Like, he was playing through it. He was giving commentary, but he was just doing it in a very PilotRedSun way.
Yes, very, like, kind of ethereal inner monologue.
Very, like, monotone. Like, have you ever watched some of, like, Critical's old stuff? Like, the YouTuber, Critical Penguins Zero under certain circles.
When you say old, how...
I'm talking, like, 2015. 2014.
Probably, I think, yeah.
The reason I bring it up is because he is very well known, especially, well, he was very well known back then. He's a bit different now in how he presents things, but he was very well known back then for being a very deadpan YouTuber. He would just say, like, ridiculous stuff, very deadpan. I think that PilotRedSun beats him in 2 videos as being more deadpan. I don't know how he does it, but he does.
That's impressive. That's very impressive.
He shows no emotion.
Yeah, no, it's great. My personal favorite line was, did I mention I was on the moon? Because it was just so nonchalant and thrown in there.
Yeah. I think it's probably A tier.
I was gonna say A tier, yeah.
The only reason I wouldn't put it on S tier is just because it's not, like...
It's not original content.
Yeah.
Like, it is, but it isn't. You know what I mean? It's not wholly original. So, unfortunately, I feel like we gotta fault it a little bit for that.
Yeah. So the next one, it's a 15-second long clip. It's called Preschool Bully.
One that I had seen a long time ago and didn't like that much in the past, but...
What did you think of it on your second viewing?
I think it's pretty decent. I think without the ending, it's kind of whatever.
But
But
then
it's basically just like a bully approaches this preschooler, and in this really like echoey voice, he's like, "I'm gonna take your sweets, kid. I'm gonna take your joyous sweets or whatever." And then he's like, "Not my sweets, not my treats." And then the bully just like
grabs it and then like morphs away into the camera.
yes, that is the part that makes it for me. It's not an all-time favorite, but
Yeah,
I can't deny
one of
it's
the
beautiful.
eerier parts is there's no music in the background, so I didn't even really know what was going on because I thought my headphones had shut off or something.
That's a good point. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, there is no music. It's very short. It's like what, 19 seconds at most?
15.
Yeah. It's really solid. I don't want to put it like too high, but at the same time,
I think it's a C tier.
You think it's a C tier?
Do you think that's too high?
No. I was thinking A or B.
Really?
Yeah, okay. I don't know. The ending, I think, really makes it.
I don't know. The thing is, it's just, there are other videos. We're not even halfway through, and we don't have anything in C tier. And that's not me just saying put it there just to put it there, because, like, the thing is...
No, I know what you're saying.
You have to also remember that even F tier, for the most part, is not bad. It's just not his best.
Yes.
He doesn't really have a bad video. He just has not great videos.
Yeah. What is in B tier right now?
Pro football.
See, I don't know. I would put it on the same level as pro football.
Okay.
But I'm willing to be talked out of it.
No, I mean, now that I think about it, we did put pro football in B tier, so I guess preschool bully does go into... Once again, we're probably going to switch some stuff around.
Yeah, once we're done, we'll go back and make some adjustments. His next video, one of my personal favorites, Rocko's gaming tragedy.
What? Okay, you're going to hate me for asking this. What TV show is this from?
Rocko's Modern Life.
That's probably why I didn't enjoy it as much as you did, because I've never seen this show.
That's fair. My knowledge is limited. It's, for those who don't know, it's basically the precursor to SpongeBob. Steven Hillenburg, the creator of SpongeBob, did work on it. Kind of similar humor sometimes. Pretty well-loved show by a decent amount of people, I think.
Yeah, no, I know it's got a pretty decent fan base.
It's not nearly as popular, obviously.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have that much attachment to the show. What really makes it for me is Rocko's reaction to when he's told his video games were thrown away.
I think they were deleted.
Oh yeah, he was like, "I deleted your games,"
which made no sense because they were physical copies.
Yeah, another nice touch.
But what was his reaction?
He said like, "What" or something in a really weird but golden way. Just his face distorted, but like his voice just got all... I don't even know. It wasn't like echoey like the bully. It was a different kind of effect. It really made it for me. I like it was foreshadowed by that outro from the football video. That was pretty nice. Like I said, I was hoping that Rocko would come back because they have that clip in here and it's gorgeous.
I just got to the part where he said what, because if I don't like really remember something, I'll quickly click in and like click around a little bit. Yeah. But he goes whoa. And then immediately goes, "I'm Sparky.
I'm the dog."
All right, where are we gonna put this?
Okay, I know I'm hyping it up a lot. I'm willing to admit it does not belong in S or A tier at all.
Do you think B tier? Because the thing is, I'll agree with B tier on this one.
Okay, yeah, I think B tier sounds pretty good. I understand. I want to be fair. This is an adaptation, in a way, of pre-existing work, and I have given others a hard time for that. So I will be fair and say that, maybe that brings it down a bit. I would say B or C.
I'll throw it into C.
Okay.
Because I did not like it as much as you did. And like I said, I'm not throwing it down just because I liked it less than you did. I'm throwing it down because that's kind of like the average of what we both thought.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's a common decision. Next up was Fringle Advert, which I've always just hated.
I think it was his first, his second true cursed video, because Nesquik Rabbit was pretty cursed.
Yeah.
Pringle Advert is just the Pringles guy with, JPEGs of Pringles around him.
The art style
is super detailed in a very scary way.
Yes. Overly detailed and dark.
Yeah. And then when I say JPEGs of Pringles surrounding the guy, I'm not talking like a bunch of JPEGs. There are 3.
Yeah.
And he just starts going, "Hey, you want to buy some Pringles? What? You're going to go for the bag of Doritos? You're going to regret that."
And then he fades out of existence.
That's literally... It's 43 seconds long. He does say more stuff than that, but like that's literally the gist of the whole thing.
Yeah. I have to admit, this is, I would argue, one of his most cursed videos, honestly.
It's also one of his most viewed.
It's very uncomfortable.
I think you're going to hate this, but I believe it is his second most viewed video on the channel.
Wow.
At 2.3 million views.
I mean, I'm sure a lot of people like it. I don't hate it.
Well, I think it's just because of how cursed it is, and people love that stuff.
Yeah.
Where would you put it?
I mean, not to be a contrarian, but I don't think it belongs in the top half, to be honest.
Okay. Where do you think it belongs?
Honestly, maybe C tier.
Okay. That's we'll throw it in the C tier.
Well, what were you thinking?
I was thinking. So what I was thinking was like low B tier, high C tier. So C tier sounds good to me.
We can move it up if you want.
No, C tier sounds good to me.
All right, because it's a thing where I always say like stuff is popular for a reason, you know. So yeah. I have to realize there is definitely.
I was expecting you to say like D tier.
I thought about it, but I was like, no, it's not bad. It's not bad.
I think it just makes you uncomfortable.
Well, that and also just I don't know. It doesn't like rub me the right way like some of the other cursed ones do.
I got you.
This and the Nesquik ones are the only ones that I truly do not enjoy watching. The next video.
Is...
Christmas Story, Scrooge Duck.
Scrooge Duck. It's a 31-second video. The whole video is just Scrooge McDuck sitting on a thing, and then he just goes, "I hate Christmas." But he has like a gigantic Christmas tree up, and he's just like, "I never get any presents under my tree." And then like a weird picture of like 1950s, 1940s Coca-Cola Santa Claus with like the wicked rosy cheeks comes
like, Saint
out.
Nick, is that you? The ending is amazing. I will absolutely say that. I love the ending. The ending makes the video for me.
Oh yeah.
I don't even remember what he says, but he just fades in and says one line, and then it just abruptly cuts off.
Which is very much in the PilotRedSun way.
Yes.
Because either he has very grand endings, or they just cut.
Yeah.
The grand endings are rare, but they happen.
Yeah.
It's a lot of
cutting. I don't think I'm as big a fan of this one as you are, to be honest.
I think it's a B tier.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Sure.
I'm gonna throw it right. Screw it. Because the thing is, like, yes, I liked it, but I'm also a massive Scrooge McDuck fan.
You are.
So I think that was part of it. I also thought what was really funny was he didn't even try to do a Scottish accent. He just went for it. It's just PilotRedSun.
That's a good point, and I appreciate that about him. I have a comment about his voice acting in a future video.
Oh, okay. I think I know which one you're talking about, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
Is it one that's like coming up, or is it?
It's a few videos down the line.
Okay. The next one is video for Silverman, which is very cryptic.
It is. What was the?
It's like I think that's Vegeta versus.
Oh, this is Vegeta Mew. Versus Mewtwo.
But it's not Mewtwo.
It's Second Mew.
Second Mew. Silvermania wanted me to make a Vegeta versus Mewtwo video to be part of their compilation collab thing. So that's apparently why he did it.
I liked it. You know, I didn't love it, but I enjoyed it.
The first line is, "I will defeat your existence with my killing power."
Which is a great line. PilotRedSun or not, that's just a great line.
False is you who will kick the bucket in 10 seconds, and then volcanoes happen, and then Deathly Beam Assault, and then...
Which Deathly Beam Assault lasts for, like, an absurdly long time.
It's like 5 or 6 seconds, yeah, which is a long time in a 39-minute, not 39-minute, 39-second video. And then it's just this really weird close-up of a poorly drawn Mew, and it says, "Second Mew has wind."
Yes. Again, I know I give things a hard time for being adaptations, but at least this was a little bit a further step.
Yeah.
And I understand it was for a project.
What was I gonna say? I will say another thing is the music in the background.
Yes.
It's just the piano player going.
It was great. As always, the music was top tier. I don't want to put it too high, because I liked it. There's nothing about it I really dislike.
Do you feel like that's another B tier?
That's what I was gonna say. I don't know if we're flooding the B tier.
We are going to have 4 in the B tier.
Let's put it in B tier for now, because I don't know. It's an entertaining time.
I'll be honest, we're coming up onto a line of videos that I'm not huge on.
Yeah. Because
Like,
our next one...
his 5 years to, like, the Craft Dinner 2012, except for one video, which we will get to right now, actually. But...
Yes, okay. I was gonna say, so Quaker's Oats, I personally think it's his best, like, food character-based video by
yes. It's one of his best videos.
far. That's bold? That's not that bold,
No,
actually.
let me explain. Because you expect it to be turbo cursed, right?
Yeah, especially with the first frame of the Quaker Oats guy is super, like, dark,
Distorted.
as in, like, just color-wise, and it's very distorted, yeah.
But
it's soothing.
It's soothing. Like, there's, like, this music playing in the background, and it's called, I think the song is called Bodybuilder. I think it's his song. He's just telling you how much you deserve oats, good oats. It's weirdly soothing, and I don't know how to feel about it. You know?
Yeah, same. It's very, I don't know. It's calming.
In a very cursed way, of course.
Yes. You think it's one of his best?
I do. I genuinely do. I know you don't agree now, but...
Not necessarily, but I'm not opposed to putting it up there. Like you said, it's... You don't see it coming, you know? And that's part of what I like. I think that's one of the kind of core, like, foundational pieces of a PilotRedSun video is you don't know what to expect.
Yeah. Honestly, I think it's A tier.
Okay, yeah. Throw it in there.
Feel free to say no.
Toss him in the soup, homie. I'm down. Let's do it.
Okay, so now we're starting to get to videos, to like a string of videos that I just wasn't a fan of.
I'm gonna disagree on some of these.
Okay, we'll start with Dog Owner.
I think the lack of voiceover for most of the video really is a detriment.
Yes, and it's just kind of boring.
So it's a guy just kind of sitting there being like, man, I love my dog. My dog's my best friend. I'm gonna watch some TV. Shark Tale's on. And it's a guy playing with like a shark puppet. And he's like, rad flick. And then all of a sudden the door opens. There's this little red demon guy. And he's like, oh no, a fiend. That's like the one like voice acted line.
And then the dog attacks the fiend and kills it or something.
The dog attacks the fiend, shakes him, and the fiend just evaporates. And then the guy's just like, pup is man's best friend.
Oh, I almost forgot to say for the Quaker Oats one. It's like this weird in between of his MS Paint and his really detailed ones. That's all I wanted to say, art wise.
Yeah.
Except for the background, which is really well done, but he might have taken
true.
that.
One of his next videos, I do want to talk especially about the art style and his inconsistencies.
Okay.
Yeah, Dog Owner, the music was banging, as always.
Yes.
But other than that, not super memorable.
Just a very mediocre video.
Yeah.
You know what I'm thinking?
I think it would...
D for Dog Owner.
You know what? Perfect. I love it.
I will say one thing in 2 videos that I think is interesting about Dog Owner, but I don't want to like...
Yes, same. We're going to say the same thing. I'm excited.
Is it about the Fiend?
Yes, it's about the Fiend.
The only ever reoccurring character in any PilotRedSun video.
Which, he reoccurs in 2 other videos after this, I believe.
Does he?
Yes, he does. I can tell you which one when we get there.
What is it?
It's IP Alien.
Is he in IP Alien?
Yeah. He was on the wall in the bar. That was it.
Oh, okay. I guess PilotRedSun likes the Fiend.
Which... I think there's something going on there.
Maybe we'll see him again someday.
I think there's a cinematic universe here. I need Fiend, a PilotRedSun story. Where is it?
Hey, dude, I got a lot of time on my hands. Maybe I'll have to be the one to film it.
You might have to. It's a fascinating character. I have so many questions.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, getting a bit ahead of ourselves.
Yes.
To be thankful. This one honestly left me speechless. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
I don't remember much from it. I remember he shoots the turkey's head off, and then the turkey says, "God thank Christopher Columbus. God thank 1492."
Yeah, thank you, Christopher Columbus. God thank 1492. And he repeats it twice. I liked it at first, but the more I think about it, I think of his holiday specials, and I'm including anime, e-card, anime.
Oh yeah, because that's the greatest holiday special one, easily.
Yes.
Actually, maybe not easily, but it's up there.
I know you love Scrooge.
No, the Grinch one, man.
Yes. Okay, yeah, we'll get there. In my notes, I initially said holiday classic, but comparing it to the other holiday videos,
It's just not that good.
it's not as good.
I think it's an overwhelming C tier.
Okay, yeah.
For now.
It could go lower, honestly.
Maybe D tier?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go D tier. D tier for Christopher Columbus.
Okay, next is Casino Night,
Basically just a man going to a casino, gambling, and losing all of his money.
which is pretty much just what I do in GTA at this point.
Of course. As I think about it, it's a pretty straightforward story.
Yeah.
But
and we were talking about the Fiend. He shows up as the card dealer,
yes,
and actually
he
he has a speaking role.
And I liked his voice. It was different, but I liked it.
Yeah, so it's just this guy, he goes up to a slot machine, and instead of it just, like, not giving him the right things, all of the numbers or whatever on it just completely disappear.
I did not notice that.
Yeah, no, they just completely disappear. Burger King flies down it at one point. Whack.
Oh, yeah. One of my favorite parts about this video is it is the most, like, inconsistent art-wise of all of his. Because it jumps from his, like, really basic, just using, like, literal pictures, to that kind of MS Paint stuff, to the over-detailed. It's, like, all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of liked that.
Okay.
But I will, as I'm talking about it, I realize the story is pretty straightforward.
It's not his most cursed video, except for maybe the green guy.
Yeah, but even then, it's...
What's funny is, like, he's playing blackjack at the end. He gets a 6 and a 4, so he gets a 10. And he's like, hit me. 2. Hit me. And then it flips up, like, the card, and it's, like, a completely different looking 6, but it's, like, the same suit as the other 6. And then he goes, hit me again, and it gives him another 6, and then it just goes to this weird math equation where it's, like, 4 plus 6 plus 2 plus 6 plus 6, but each 6 is represented differently, as in, like, I think one of them's, like, Roman numerals or something.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It is weird. And the end's like, oh, you busted out, my friend.
And then it ends. C tier for Casino Night.
Wow. I would probably push it up to B, but...
Okay, well, I'll ask you. Is it better than Rocko's Gaming Tragedy?
Oh, I don't know, man. Rocko's Gaming Tragedy really got me for some reason.
And we put that in the C tier, so...
Alright, fine. I guess it belongs with that, then. I will say before we get to the next video, I wrote a note at this point in my watching experience.
Okay.
I quote, "It was at this point I realized PilotRedSun needs to make bowling alley videos. Like the videos we talked about in episode 1.
Okay. The bowling alley aesthetic.
Yes.
Another thing is he just needs to make, like, more videos.
That too.
In a weird way, I don't want to force him,
It wouldn't be the same if it was a regular upload schedule, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I feel like he wouldn't go I feel like he just makes these when he feels like it.
Yeah. Which is nice. But yeah, I want to throw that out there. I think he'd make great videos for bowling alleys. It's like, spare, open.
Especially because towards the end, like the last 6 videos, his art style completely changes and becomes so much more detailed.
Yeah.
Even though even Burners has like a decent art style.
Yeah.
But I keep getting ahead of myself, but
that's okay.
Pretty much all of these, except for like Pringle Advert, and then the gaming videos, and then Nesquik Rabbit and stuff, and maybe Anime E-Card Girl, were all obviously done in some sort of weird MS Paint like thing.
Yeah, the true love professionals, of course.
And he didn't. What's it called? It's obvious he like put a lot of work into it, but he wasn't caring about maybe the art style as much, or maybe it was completely intentional. But I think he was caring more that he was putting something out, maybe? I don't know. Very interesting case study, that PilotRedSun.
Yes, it is.
The next video, I'm not a fan of.
I'm not a fan of either.
I did not like Hamburger Helper.
I think a big thing is what I referenced earlier. The voice feels like it's trying a little too hard.
Yeah.
Like, his normal voice
is very soothing.
I suppose. I don't know. I think his normal voice would have been so much better because this one feels.
He sounds a lot like Jack Stauber.
Kind of does.
Probably just because of the VHS sound.
Yeah.
I honestly think that Hamburger Helper belongs in the F tier.
I agree. It didn't do it for me.
I'll be perfectly honest with you. If it were up to me, we would fill up our S tier with the next like 2. I mean F tier. Sorry, F tier.
Well, the next one, ice skating. Yeah, it's again not bad. It's just it's lacking something. The video is just it's a woman. She skates in. It's that kind of abrupt like jump in animation, and she's just like, "There's nothing more I love than skating on the frost or sliding on the frost," and it just goes away.
We didn't even explain what happens in Hamburger Helper.
Yeah, it's the Hamburger Helper guy, and he's like, "Look inside your brain. What do you see? Do you see bright lights?"
And it's just that over and over again. It's not good.
It's too much.
One thing I will say, there was almost a year between Casino Night and Hamburger Helper.
Wow.
It almost feels like he's in like a creative block.
Mm.
You know?
Yeah. I could see that. Obviously, I don't know, but yeah, I'm down to put ice skating in F tier. I don't dislike it. It's probably one of the better F tier videos, I would say, but at the same time, it can't compare.
And also, it's a woman's voice.
Oh, it was.
It's what's it called? It's like a text to speech.
Oh, right. Yep.
And it works in Garfielf. Does not work in ice skating. And then the next one is called Craft Dinner 2012.
I had no idea what happened in that video, and I kind of loved it. It's just noise. It's just visual and auditory noise. I don't know how else to describe it.
It just doesn't feel like PilotRedSun, though. And you probably... I don't know if you disagree with me on that. It's just drum, drum, drum. That noise. A lot of bright flashing lights. Shuckle appeared. I'm sorry. I can't.
Alright.
You can... Okay. Where do you think it should go?
You have kind of convinced me. I would say maybe D tier instead of F tier, but I understand your point in that it doesn't feel like the other videos as much.
Well, okay, I'll ask this. Is it better than Nesquik Rabbit?
I would say yes.
Okay, well...
Because I didn't like Nesquik Rabbit very much.
I was going to say, I forgot. You just really didn't like Nesquik. Is it better than ice skating?
I would also say yes.
Okay, we can... Okay, well, I'm gonna put like a little circle on a D tier, showing that there's a good chance. The only thing is, I just don't know what else could go in F tier.
I would say it's high. It can be high F tier.
We'll get back to it. Next video, fantastic.
Don't stop.
Don't stop.
The only thing I wrote was it's an empowering piece of American propaganda because it is the "Don't tread on me, snake," just saying in different ways, "Please don't step on me."
There's one that's just like, "I do not like stampedes."
It's very simple, but you know what? It got me. It's really well executed.
A tier.
It's very funny. A tier, easy.
All right, I'm gonna what's it called? We have 2 in the S tier, 4 in both A and B tier, as well as F tier, and then 3 in both C and D tier.
So that's pretty balanced so far.
Yeah, S tier's gonna be filled up. Don't y'all worry. Well, I said that we have 2 in the S tier. The reason we have 2, we actually haven't talked about one of the videos in S tier. For anybody who was like, what was the other one in S tier other than Anime E-Card? Like, what? We'll get there.
We're getting to some of his greatest videos in this span, honestly.
He's in like a golden age. He's hit his stride.
He definitely has.
Anyhow, the next one is IP Alien.
Yes.
Which I also loved.
I also loved too. The ending especially hits in all of the wrong ways, and it's great. The music is slightly distorted.
Pass me a brewski. I only drink space beer, and then he crushes it and then shoots the bartender's head off.
Yeah. Oh, it was raw. It was very raw.
Wait. I just read some of the signs above the bar, and it says must be 18 plus, 100% alcohol percentage, 300 proof. Beers, whiskeys, spirituals, Everclears, 7-Up.
Yeah, no, it's great.
And then there's the fiend, but it's like a sexy fiend.
Yeah, so is it a species, or is it a...
I think it's a species.
Interesting. I want to know about the fiend species.
You must show ID to drink the vodkas, 6-packs, hard ciders, tough lemonades, ethanol on tap. And then there's a bunch of bottles, and then there's a single can that just says 4 Locos.
The set design in this one is... The set design and attention to detail, not like artistic detail, but like just general detail, is great.
Oh, when he goes up to the, I forgot, he goes up to the car and just scares the baby and the mom. Oh, and then the aliens have won, and it's just Mike Wazowski dancing.
The slightly like out of tune, distorted music that goes on for longer than you would like.
Yes.
Dude, honestly, really solid. Big fan.
I mean, my hand's hovering over the S tier right now. I don't know about you.
I wrote in my notes, S tier, one of his best.
I actually think I think there's just gonna be too many S tiers, honestly.
I think there will be too, because I've got a few more that are definitely going in S tier.
Oh goodness. Okay. Grinch's Ultimatum.
So I liked this. I thought this was just the Scrooge, but like a step up for me, because it's the same living room.
That is true. He really did not. It's just this guy who once again just doesn't like Christmas, and Santa comes in, and he goes, "Are you gonna be a saint, or a Grinch?" And the guy just all of a sudden turns into the Grinch, and then just writes down, "Have I truly become a monster?" and then goes and dances in the streets.
It's an extended dance sequence of the Grinch in like a leather jacket, just going at it, and I loved it. It's a Christmas classic.
It really is. I don't think S tier. I think A tier.
Exactly what I was gonna say. I don't think it's an S tier either, but it's up there.
Because the thing is, I think there's only one leader of the holiday season, and that's Anime E-Card. All right, the next one is one of his weirder ones.
Yeah, Chloe OS, basically just a guy being like, it's past bedtime. It's prime time for computer time.
Which was a great line, I will say.
It was.
Because I'm pretty sure that's pretty much how everybody feels, at least right now.
Yes, it had some moments like that, and then the rest of it is basically just him playing with a virtual dog, and then he phases into his bed in a weird way and goes to sleep.
I will say the worst part of the video, and I think I've talked about it before, my ears are like a little sensitive to just like certain things, especially when they're very loud directly in my ear. The panting of the dog was almost too much. Otherwise, a great video.
Yeah, the dog part was a little bit boring, but like it was pretty solid.
Is Chloe OS better than Rocko's Gaming Tragedy?
No, it's not.
Okay, C tier.
You're getting me with that one.
Actually, no. Is Chloe OS better than Dog Owner?
I would say yeah.
Okay, we'll put it in the wonderful C tier, which is almost finished as well. We actually have 5 video left. We have 7 spaces open, but that's just because we have 2 in limbo. Alright, now we are getting into his new age. He is no longer in like a weird MS Paint thing anymore. His graphics are like a little too detailed almost. Almost like his Pringles thing, but like not as detailed, but like close.
Yeah. Similar idea. Felonious Bolus. I'm gonna be honest, it didn't do that much for me.
I think it's one of his cleanest looking videos.
That is, yeah, absolutely. I can get behind that.
Because there's no distortion at all.
That's true. Yeah, it's pretty low key. The only like weird noise stuff is when Felonious bounces around the room.
Yeah. But you're right, it's just not that great of a video.
No, it's not. And I saw the comments being like, I feel so like violated. This is so uncomfortable, and I was underwhelmed.
Yeah.
I'm thinking pretty low.
D tier?
Yeah.
I don't think it's worse than Craft Dinner. To put it in the F tier, but
I do have a soft spot for Craft Dinner, but I'm happy with this. That's fine. D tier is fine. The next one is Wayne Stop. I wrote like 2 words about this because it's really strange. It feels like it's like a bumper for something. And I mean, should I have done my research for it? Probably, but like I didn't.
It didn't feel like a PilotRedSun video.
Yeah.
Cuz it's just an egg hatching and then like it like melts into like it's like an egg hatching, it's a chick comes out and then it melts into like darkness, but the chick melts into the yolk of like a actual like food egg. And then the earth comes over it and splits open and a flower pops out and then 2 petals come out and just go, Wayne, stop.
The only part I really liked was the eggshell breaking into pieces and the noises with it, because you could tell that was kind of his golden age era of sound design.
Oh, yeah.
Where these little things have these really weird noises that like don't match.
Oh, yeah, the brow.
Yeah. So, Pretty middle of the road, honestly.
So C.
Yeah, I could go lower than C,
Do you want to do D?
but how many do you have in D?
4. Do you want to make an in between CD for Wayne Stop?
No, no, we can put it in D because I don't have anything else that would go in D after this.
Okay. All right. Next is Cooped Up.
It's basically like it just becomes Chicken Little at the end. Cause it's like a chicken and like a rooster, and the rooster's like, I can make all these meals for you, and he's like, what's wrong? And the chicken's not eating anything. The chicken has like hyper realistic eyes, by the way. And then the chicken goes to school, and then gets kicked by this bully who is basically just the chicken from a movie that I'm blanking on.
That's Foghorn Leghorn. He gets bullied by him, and then he goes outside, and then for some reason, like a teacher or something is dropping the school treasury safe onto a seesaw that on the other side has an anvil that then just like flies up in the air, and then it just goes, the sky is falling, and then the kid gets crushed.
Yeah, I liked it the first time I watched it a decent amount. The more I talk about it, I'm a little more lukewarm on it. I still thought it was pretty fun.
I think it's a good B tier.
Yeah, that feels very right.
Oh, actually, you know what? Because the thing is, there are 3 videos left, and none of these 3 I think belong in C tier. So what I'm going to do is, for now, I'm going to put Cooped Up. No, you know what? I'm putting Scrooge Duck into C tier. Does that sound okay with you?
Yeah, I mean, you like Scrooge Duck more than I do, so.
The thing is, I understand that I like it for certain reasons that most other people wouldn't like it for, so the thing is, we're going to put Scrooge Duck in C, and we're going to put Cooped Up in B.
Yeah.
Alright, so these last 3 videos are the ones I can probably talk about the most.
Yes, they're amazing.
All 3 of them are just fantastic, completely quotable. You can quote them all the way through. And honestly, not having an A tier open for one of them...
That might be a problem.
Might be an issue. Okay.
The next one in line is what prompted this whole episode, honestly, was you told me to watch Ultimate Fuel because I'd never seen it before. And you were like, that's, equally as iconic. And it did not disappoint.
I won't say equally as iconic as some of the ones coming up, but it's like number 3 easy.
It really sets up this world that really intrigues me.
Yes, because the thing is, like, you almost want to see more of the world, but you know you're not going to get to see more of it.
That's exactly how I felt. Because it's this, like, kind of like punk guy who goes to a gas station.
He's in this, like, massive car.
Yeah, and he's like, looking at all the options, and then he goes inside and talks to the cashier or whatever, and it's like,
do you have any of that new biofuel they've been rolling out?
And I forget what the cashier says, but like the cashier,
he's like, no, you'll have to go to the city for that.
Yeah.
By the way, I will say there's like an oil pump, like a derrick in the background, like an oil, like, what are they called? The things that go like up and down. There's literally one right behind the gas station.
Oh my god, I did not notice that.
Also, the guy who comes in looks pretty normal, other than just a little distorted, and he has like a shirt that says Krork on it. The guy running it is like green, and then the guy, instead of like animating him like moving, instead he contorts his entire body and then just animates the arm going up, so the whole entire like background is completely like moved around. It's actually the thumbnail, so if you're not watching them, at least look at the thumbnail. Or if you're driving, please don't do that. But he holds up like this like keychain, and then there's like this thing twirling around on it, like the part of the thing that unlocks your car. Like not the actual key itself, like the beeper that unlocks your car, and has like a red light. And he's like, the red light goes on when the gas is low. Cool tech, huh? And then the guy's like, obviously not cool if you can't get that fuel or whatever.
That's when you knew it was all over.
Well, because what he does is he asks for cigarettes, and then he picks up a Hershey's chocolate bar, just hucks it at the back of his head, and it just knocks him out, and he throws him into a fryer, and then he uses the goo made from the fryer in like his car
to fuel it. Yes,
to fuel it. Yeah, and then he just drives away or something.
Yeah,
S tier.
Yeah, honestly, I loved it.
Oh no, actually, you know what I just realized? I was thinking of 3 more. We actually have enough space to have 2 more in the thing, because I forgot that I already wrote the next one.
Our next one, yes, which
started this all. I'm gonna put a scene in y'all's minds real quick. It was 3 a.m. We were in 218 because this came out September 15th, and I watched this the day it came out, September 15th, 2019, and I'm like laying there, and it's like 3 a.m. I have class in the morning, and I'm just like, screw it, I'm gonna watch this one last video, and I watched it, and it's 1 minute and 56 seconds long. I watched it 3 times, and every single time it got trippier somehow. It's just every time you watch it, you notice something kind of new. Like, I don't even want to go too deep into explaining it because I think watching it.
If you're gonna watch one video, this is the one you need to watch.
Oh yeah,
it really is a masterpiece. Every single line is quotable, from either for the content and or the delivery and or the timing.
We quote it literally all the time, and I'm sure we've quoted it before. I'm sure you've heard us at least say, "I don't see anything," which is one of. But he's like, "I don't see anything."
I say I don't see anything in regular life now to people who don't understand it.
We showed this to like a bunch of our friends and stuff, and they all were like, "This is fantastic." Because the thing is, it's cursed, but it's cursed in like a way of like just pure greatness.
Yes, the sound design is also top tier,
and then the art is like super odd.
Everything about it is warped as hell.
And the thing is, like, we're doing a podcast right now, and we're barely explaining this, which probably does not help, but I promise you really just have to watch it.
Take it from us, 2 experts.
This is the video that I've had in the S tier in pen since we started, because there is nothing that is going to beat this video. Maybe some of you will have different opinions. Yeah, it's
amazing.
It's worth everything. It's like S plus tier, pretty much.
Yeah. And then our last video here.
The 3-act epic Burners, which is actually like his 3rd longest video on the channel. It's 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Once again, excluding Achievement, which is his album, which once again, actually go give it a listen. It's good stuff.
So here's the take that we've had, or that I've had, ever since you first came and very excited to show us Burners. The first act, everyone was so uncomfortable.
Which is confusing, because I thought the first act was so forgettable, I just didn't care about it.
I do think part of it is that it's forgettable, but I think part of it is the VHS effect on top of the video. The fact that it's in this, like, nighttime void, like, the shot of him laying in the bed, there's something really unsettling about that shot.
I don't know. I will say this is the first video in 5 videos that's back to a similar style. It's still more detailed than his old MS Paint stuff. Honestly, it kind of looks like I would see it late night on Adult Swim.
It does, and there are people who literally said, like, why hasn't Adult Swim hired this guy yet? And I think in the description of this video or a recent video, he did do something for Adult Swim. But yeah, so the first act is basically just, it's 2 guys who, I believe the description says they are bros, but they're not brothers. One of them has a pretty normal PilotRedSun voice, and the other guy, I don't even know how to describe his voice. It's, like, really warped. The first section is just, this one guy's like, hey, let me know if my popcorn burns. And then he goes to bed, and the second guy, the popcorn starts spreading smoke to the house, and the second guy just lights, like, a blunt off of it or something.
Well, and then it has, like, a theme song where it just goes, blah, 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 and that's it. And then goes to the next one.
It's one of his most cursed songs, I will say.
Yes. The next one, even though I would argue the Not So Fast song is actually a little bit more cursed.
It is, but at this point I'm just so used to that.
Yeah, but the second act is one of the guys is in the basement, and his friend comes down. And I will say, the first time people see the guy going down the stairs always gets a laugh, because he's like walking down, but he like steps in midair to get down to the next step. I don't know how to explain it.
He shuffles on the ground. His feet are really close together, and they shuffle flat on the ground. He just goes straight, and then as soon as he goes over the gap, he just slowly falls. It's really weird.
And like, so there's like a soccer ball and shit, and then there's like, he's like, what's all this stuff on the vents? And the guy goes,
it's a chronic buildup of my favorite iron dust.
And apparently, I didn't know this, iron dust is very flammable.
Pretty sure that's an OSHA violation.
This is my house, dude. And then he like kicks the soccer ball into like, and then the dust falls into these things of pre-lit candles, and then like the house blows up. And then the third one is probably the one we quote the most, but I still think the second one is better. What is it? Oh, the guy's like looking like a cereal box, and he's just like, I'm looking for pestilence, and cockroaches comes out of it, and then it starts crawling over the guy, one of the other guy, and the guy's like, fire is the best way to kill spiders, and it was not spiders, and they just once again burn the house on fire. The cereal box has like a weird Ferris wheel thing that's turning on it, but it's like really weird and trippy.
It's a weird like optical illusion kind of thing, and then a bunch of cockroaches come out of the box, and
doesn't matter. It's perfect.
Out of these last three, I would personally say it's the worst of the three.
Okay.
But that's not saying a whole lot, because I still think it is great.
Question though, do you think any of these are worse than Anime E-Card?
I kind of like Anime E-Card more than this one.
Okay, that's fair. I would agree. For some reason, Anime E-Card, my serotonin levels just skyrocketed, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
But I think Ultimate Fuel is probably his second best video. Just because of the world building itself is just...
It's phenomenal.
Yeah. So, we only have 2 left to place, and in a weird way, What's for Dinner somehow ended up... There's an empty B slot space. Do you want to move Casino Night up to B slot?
I would love to move Casino Night up.
Do you want Casino Night or Rocko's Gaming?
I would probably say Casino Night.
Okay.
Because if Rocko's Gaming didn't have the ending, I wouldn't care that much about it.
And so What's for Dinner is going to go into the C tier.
Which I think is fair. There's hints of what's good, but it's still very much early.
Well, it's his first video.
Yes.
And then we're going to put Craft Dinner where it belongs, in F tier. I know you disagree, but I don't think it's worse. I don't think it's better than, like, Nesquik Rabbit. Well, we have a hell of a tier list, I will say.
We do. Should we start?
Let's start at the bottom. The very bottom.
Okay.
True Monster Truck Gaming. Then the next is Craft Dinner. Then Ice Skating. Then Hamburger Helper. Nesquik Rabbit. Next is Wayne Stop. So we're on the D tier now with Wayne Stop. And then Felonious Bolus. The next D is To Be Thankful. Dog Owner. As well. And then Quap. And then C tier goes Scrooge Duck, Chloe OS, What's for Dinner, Pringle Advert, Rocko's Gaming Tragedy, and then B tier is Casino Night, Silverman, Cooped Up, Preschool Bully, Pro Football. A is Grinch Ultimatum, Don't Stomp, Quaker's Oats, Gaming Tales, Garfielf. And then S tier, which is perfect, it's IP Alien, Burners, Anime E-Card Greeting Anime E-Card Anime Girl Greeting Card, Ultimate Fuel, and then Not So Fast at the top as it belongs.
I really like this. It all feels right. Are there any changes you want to make?
Not really. I feel like A and B tier were very interchangeable, except for like a select few.
Yeah, because I was listening at B tier and I was like, B tier is still pretty solid. He is an artist. PilotRedSun, I'm gonna say this right now. If somehow you listen to our show and you want to be on it, done.
Oh, 100%. And we promise we won't completely just like fanboy over you the entire time and just...
Yeah, no.
We will talk to you as you deserve to be talked to.
We will talk about almost whatever the hell you want.
I'll talk about whatever the hell he wants as long as it's, Actually, yeah, almost whatever the hell he wants.
The invitation is out there. I like our tier list. We'll tweet that out. I think as he releases more videos, we'll probably either update as he goes or at some point just do a batch, maybe.
I mean, that's probably going to be a few years down the line at this point. Batch. So if he does come out with anything, we'll be the first to hear on it. You'll have to come right to us. We'll tell you all about it.
You betcha. Not like Fast and Furious. We'll actually talk about it.
Well, we had an issue with Fast and Furious.
Yeah. That's out of our control.
Yeah.
You got anything else to say?
Honestly, not really. I think we kind of covered everything.
Yeah. Follow us at 218timepod on Twitter and more social media probably to come. And stay tuned for more, as always.
Yes.
I guess Godspeed.
Our Reservoir.